So the other night, I was watching this documentary on Netflix called Hell House, and it was about the world's most lame haunted house. It was set up by a bunch of Christians in order to scare children into becoming Christians. And they sell thousands of tickets to this thing. People come from all around by the tens of thousands, and they line them up, and they make them go through a series of rooms and make them watch really boring, corny-ass skits in order to scare them. Like this one about a fat kid who gets called a retard in class, so he totally pulls out a gun, and then he Kurt Cobains himself in front of everybody, and he's totally fucking dead, so obviously he has to go to hell. And then there's this skit about this redneck who's reading his email, and he finds out his wife is cheating on him, so obviously he has to choke a bitch. So he chokes a bitch, and then he goes to hell. And then all of a sudden, this little girl's at the world's worst rave, and she's all dancing around like this and shit. And this guy's a total tool. And these girls are sitting there, and some dudes come over, and then he says, "Drink this, bitch, it's drugs." And then she does the drugs. And the next thing you know, she's all crying and shit because she got gang raped by a bunch of dudes. She's like, "I gotta kill myself now." And so she does, she kills herself, and she goes to hell. And the next thing you know, we're in a hospital. There's a dude in the hospital bed who's got AIDS because he's all gay, because all gay people got AIDS. And he's suffering with the gay AIDS. And of course he suffers till he dies, and then he goes to hell. And the next thing you know, they're willing to this chick because her vagina exploded because she took the morning after pill. Because everybody knows when you take the morning after pill, your vagina explodes. So she lays there with an exploded vagina until she bleeds to death, and then she dies, and then she goes to hell. The next thing you know, there are a bunch of people being dragged to the pit of hell by demons and shit. And unfortunately, we all learn our greatest fear. Hell is being controlled by really annoying mimes. So this annoying mime is like, these people are in hell for a good reason. Take this guy over here, for example. He was gay, and that guy was like, "I was totally gay, and now I'm in hell." And this dude over here is like, "I committed suicide, and I'm in hell, fuck me." And these little kids are scared. And here's the best part. Then after the end of this, they line them all up in a room. They won't let them leave. They make them sit through this. And then this total fucking asshole right here tries to scare these little kids into joining his cult. He says, "Hey, just like everybody you saw in the skits before us, if you die tonight and you're not a member of our cult, you're going to burn in hell for eternity and be tortured. So you better go in here and let these people pray for you right now." And so all the kids that are scared, don't know any better, get herded into this little room where all these people pray for them and tell them how awesome it is to be saved. And they isolate them off one by one. They get them alone, and they break them down and make them join the cult. And then they get all their information and write it down to make sure they lock them into the cult. And then this guy's telling them how radical it is to be saved. It's so fucking radical. And they do this year after year in state after state and try to con and scare these people into becoming members of this cult, just like utter and complete shitheads would. And that is the worst haunted house in America in under 3 minutes. Logic.